The Champions League draw for the league phase of the competition has been completed, and there are some tasty fixtures this year. Today, I'm going to give you my predictions for my full league phase table from 1 through 36. And you may be wondering, how am I going to do that? Well, we are going to go through every single fixture. I'm going to give you my prediction, and therefore how many points each team is going to obtain to place them in the table. As always, I want to hear your opinions down in the comments. And if you want to see more content from myself going forward, you can hit that subscribe button. I think it's about time we get into it. The way that we're going to do this today is we're going to go through pot by pot, starting with 1 and ending with 4, and each team are going to go through their fixtures and tell you their results, showing the points, and then at the end, we'll show you the table. So we start off with the reigning champions, PSG. I think they are going to have a pretty good time here. They're still going to do pretty well, but maybe not quite as unbelievable as others think. I think they're going to draw to Bayern Munich. I think they're going to lose to Barcelona. And then they're going to win every other game other than against Tottenham, where I think they'll pick up a draw, giving them 17 points. Real Madrid up next, who last year were pretty disappointing, it has to be said, especially in comparison to predictions that most people made. I, however, think they are going to win 6 out of their 8 games, and the only ones they're going to drop points in are a draw against Manchester City at home, and then losing at Anfield. Trent's not going to be able to handle it. 19 points for Real Madrid. And Manchester City, I actually have them getting 19 points as well, but not in the same fashion. They are going to win 5 out of their 8 games, but they're going to pick up draws against Real Madrid, as we just discussed. Away at Villarreal, you got to have some random results thrown in there throughout these predictions, and a draw at home to Napoli, who are a very, very big team to be in pot 3 of this competition. Very similar to Tottenham. And this means 19 points for them. And the third batch of 19 points, back to back to back, is going to go to Bayern Munich. I think they're going to draw away at PSG, as we previously said, and then I think they're going to lose away to Arsenal. They've had their way with Arsenal over the years, but I think now Arsenal are just going to have that little bit of grit and determination that they need to take those points. And so Bayern on 19 as well. These are still very, very high point totals. Speaking of Liverpool, they did unbelievably in last year's Champions League phase. I think they're going to do the same this year. I think they're going to drop points in 3 games. I think they're going to draw away to Inter Milan. Just hard to go away to Italy and pick up a result. Inter, of course, getting all the way to the final last year. I think they're going to draw at home to Atletico. It's just what Atletico do, don't they? When they go away from home in the Champions League, they try and stink the place out and get a 0-0. And then a random one, I think they're going to draw away to Galatasaray. They've made some really good signings, and in terms of the pot 4 teams, they're going to be a little bit harder than some people will give them credit for. So 18 points for Liverpool. Next is Inter, and they are going to get 17 points for me. The draw against Liverpool, like we said, a loss to Arsenal at home, I think is going to happen. And then a random one, they're going to draw away to Ajax, who are just one of those teams that get those kind of results in Europe occasionally. Chelsea, the champions of the world, are up, and they are going to get 16 points for me. I think they're going to draw to Barcelona. They're going to lose away at Bayern Munich. Then they're going to get some wins, and then they're going to lose away at Napoli. Again, very tough fixture. And then win against the pot 4 teams for me. 16 points, still pretty good. Borussia Dortmund, the penultimate pot 1 team, I think are going to struggle a little bit here. I've got them getting 11 points here. Losing to Inter and Man City. Then they're going to beat Villarreal, draw to Juve away. Again, Italy away. They're going to beat Bodo Glimt, but I have them to lose against Tottenham and then draw against Athletic Bilbao and get a win against Copenhagen. We'll see how they do. And the final team in pot 1 for me is Barcelona, who I've got getting 20. The most points out of the pot 1 teams. I think they're going to draw 2 games. That is going to be against Chelsea away and Newcastle away, and they're going to pick up wins in their remaining fixtures. Some of these teams have had significantly harder draws than others. You look at the teams that Barcelona have got in pot 2, 3, and 4, maybe outside of Newcastle, and you compare it to some other teams, and It's very fortunate, which is why I think they're going to come top of the league phase. If we move to pot 2, the first team up are Arsenal. And I think they're going to absolutely smash it. I've got them getting 19 points here. I think they're going to draw at home to Atletico because, again, it's what they do. And then I think they're going to lose away at Athletic Bilbao because we have to throw in some random results. It's never always as simple as it looks. Some of these teams, especially last year, Real Madrid, Man City, PSG in the league phase, all struggled. You can't therefore predict them to lose 4 of their 8 games because then you're just really going out on a whim. But some results are going to be unexpected. But I still think that Arsenal, fantastic team. They've strengthened their squad massively. I think they're going to do really, really well. Leverkusen, on the other hand, under Erik ten Hag, they've lost some of their best players in the likes of Frimpong and Wirtz. It's not looking great for them right now. So I've got them losing against their pot 1 opponents, drawing against pot 2, picking up a win against Olympiacos and Copenhagen, but drawing against Newcastle and PSV at home. 10 points for them. I think they'd take that. Next up, Atletico Madrid. Lose to Inter, draw away at Liverpool, win against Frankfurt, draw against Arsenal, we previously talked about. W against Bodo Glimt, a draw at PSV, and then wins against Union SG and Galatasaray. 15 points for Atletico for me. I think that they're going to do quite well. Benfica are one of those teams that have had a very tough time here. If we look at their draw, I've got them to lose against Real Madrid and Chelsea. Very hard. Then they've got Leverkusen and Juventus. I'm going to get them 4 points there. They're going to lose to Napoli. They're going to draw away at Ajax, win against Karabag, and draw against Newcastle in order to get 9 points for me. Followed by Atalanta, who I think are going to get 12 points here. Lose against the pot 1 teams, win against Bruges and Slavia Prague and Union SG, but pick up 3 draws against Frankfurt, Marseille and Athletic Bilbao. Back-to-back 12-pointers here, as Villarreal I've got to draw at Man City, lose to Dortmund, draw against Juve and Leverkusen, and then they're going to beat Ajax, lose to Spurs, beat Copenhagen, and Paphos, who are really going to struggle. 3 teams left in pot 2. We've got Juventus drawing to Dortmund, losing to Madrid and Benfica. We are then going to have them drawing against Villarreal and Sporting and Monaco, who are in pot 4. Bodo Glimt and Paphos, though, are going to pick up 6 points to put them on a total of 10. Frankfurt have got it outrageously tough for a pot 2 team. I've got them losing against Liverpool and Barca. They can pick up a draw against Atalanta, lose away to Atletico, lose to Tottenham, draw to Napoli. Then they've got Galatasaray as well in pot 4, who I'll give them a draw. And then they can win against Karabag. But I'm giving Frankfurt 6 points. They've got such an unfortunate group of teams to come up against there. And the final team in pot 2 is Club Bruges, who I've got losing against pot 1 and pot 2, but picking up 2 wins, one against Marseille, one against the incredible team knocking out Celtic. That was unbelievable. But draws against Sporting and Monaco to give them 8 points. So let's go to pot 3. And we start off with Spurs, who it seems to me have got a very favourable draw. You compare this to that Frankfurt draw, and this is so much better on paper. They got Dortmund, PSG, okay, they won it. However, Spurs against them in the Super Cup looked like they could deal with them until the very end. Villarreal, Frankfurt, Slavia Prague, Bodo Glimt, Copenhagen and Monaco. This is about as good as they could have hoped for. I'm giving Spurs 18 points. Is it going to happen? Are they going to go undefeated? Let's be realistic, probably not. However, it's so hard to predict where the random slip-up loss may come. Like, it could be against Bodo Glimt randomly, because that is football. But as I say, we're not going to get every single one right. But based on who I think are favourites going into the game, that's where I am giving my results. Next up, we've got PSV. I think they're going to lose their pot 1 games, draw their pot 2 games. They're going to pick up a win against Olympiacos and a random one away against Newcastle, and then draw to Napoli and Union SG to get 10 points. followed by the other Dutch team, Ajax, who are also going to get 10 points. They're going to win against Qarabag and Olympiakos. I think they're going to draw against Galatasaray, Marseille, Chelsea and Benfica, but they'll lose to Villarreal and Inter in their results for me. Napoli I've got down getting 13 points. A strong showing from a pot 3 team. Obviously doing very, very well in the league last year. Beat Chelsea, draw to City and Frankfurt, beat Benfica, lose to Sporting. Again, just a bit of a wild card one there. Draw to PSV, beat Qarabag and draw to Copenhagen. Great set of fixtures and results, ideally for them. And then Sporting follow them, and I also have them doing quite well. 12 points. Losses against pot 1, draws against pot 2, wins in pot 3, and then a win and a draw in pot 4 for them. Now things get a bit harder. Olympiakos, I think they lose every game from pot 1, pot 2, and pot 3. I'm sorry to say it. But then they'll win both of their pot 4 games to pick up 6 points. Might be enough to squeeze into that knockout stage. Slavia Praha, I think, will win 1 game against Paphos, and then they'll draw against Athletic Bilbao and Bodo Glimt. Lose the rest, 8 points. Bodo Glimt, on the other hand, I'm sorry to say it, if there's randomly any fans of them watching, I think they're going to draw against Slavia Prague and Monaco and lose every other game and get 2 points. Sorry. Marseille are the last team in pot 3, and I have them picking up a win against Union SG, a draw against Newcastle, a draw against Ajax, and 1 against Atalanta to give them 6 points. So let's get into the final pot. Pot 4! And we kick things off with Copenhagen, who, there's a theme to their results, lose to pot 1, lose to pot 2, draw to pot 3, and win their pot 4 games. 8 points, which is very similar to Monaco, but lose their pot 1, draw pot 2 and 3, draw against Galatasaray, and then pick up a win against Paphos to give them 8 points as well. Galatasaray, as I said before, I think can pick up some quite good results for them. I think they're going to pick up a draw away at City, just one of those where City struggle against those random kind of teams that they're not prepared for. Against Atletico as well, a win against Bodo Glimt, draw to Ajax and Union SG, and beat Monaco for 10 points. As you've probably heard from the results we've gone through so far, Union SG I don't have doing well. I think they're going to draw against PSV and Galatasaray, and that's it. Lose the rest, 2 points. Qarabag, I think they're going to lose every game. I'm sorry to say it. 0 points. Athletic Bilbao, though. I don't know why I've got this random feeling that they're just going to do okay and pick up some random wins because that's the kind of club that they are. So, a draw against Dortmund, a big win against Arsenal, and then draws against Sporting and Atalanta and Slavia Prague, and then a win against Qarabag. I think they're going to get 10 points. Newcastle, back in the big time. Lose to PSG, lose to PSV, but get draws against all of those other teams in pot 1, 2, 3, and win both of their pot 4 games, would see them on 10 points, which, again, I think Newcastle fans would be really, really happy with that. And then we're going to do Paphos and Kairat Almaty together, because I think they're going to both lose every single game that they have, other than the one they play against each other, which they'll draw, and therefore get a point each, and not be the teams with 0. So how does my full league phase table look? Who's going to go through automatically in that top 8? Who's going to go into that knockout round? And who are we saying goodbye to? Well, we start things off with places 1 through 8. Barcelona top the table with 20 points. Arsenal, Real Madrid and Man City all on 19. Actually, Bayern Munich as well. And then Tottenham and Liverpool are going to be on 18 and PSG on 17. Moving into those knockout positions, Inter Milan on 17, Chelsea 16, Atletico on 15, and then a little bit of a drop down to Napoli on 13, Sporting, Atalanta and Villarreal all on 12, Dortmund on 11. And then we have 7 teams that I've got finishing with 10 points here. Leverkusen, Juve, PSV, Ajax, Galatasaray, Athletic Bilbao, and Newcastle. And then Benfica just squeezing in with 9. So who are the teams missing out? Well, I've got it down as this, with 8 points. Club Brugge, Slavia Prague, and Copenhagen. 6 points. Oh, Monaco also get 8. 6 points, we've got Frankfurt, Olympiacos, and Marseille. And then the doom and gloom positions, we've got Bodo Glimt on 2 points. Bringing up the rear, Union SG also getting 2. Paphos and Kairat also both on 1. And Karabag on 0. So those are my full league phase predictions of every single game and every place in the table. Let me know how yours compare in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I'm really excited for the Champions League once again this year. I really like the league phase, and I think that it was actually quite a good change. So looking forward to creating a load more content on it. Hopefully you'll be here to tune into it. Leave a like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.